I keep getting this goddamn map. I hate this thing. I've been trying to look for games where I can show some of the new phobies. I think I've had like, over the last 2 days, I've had like 10 or 12 matches which were either people that were underleveled or people on my level just surrendering as soon as they see me. So it's been very hard to actually find any like matches worth posting. Maybe they'll play something active here, and then we can rustle them. Prometheus. Okay, so they're going to probably play for like a strategy where they bring high range stuff. That is what Prometheus should usually mean on this map. They have like a turret here and then an oopsie baby or an attractor behind, and they try and force a fight that way. At least that's what I think this is supposed to be. They could also have broken the block for the same type of strategy, I think. I don't really care if they take the point. It's not a point you can contest anyway, because they're able to just instantly reclaim it with a 1 key. They actually keep summoning stuff. I think that's definitely a mistake on their part. Should we just like throw in a rustle here? Or maybe I should just goon. Goon is really good too. Into this. Let's just try the rustle though. I guess it can sit here. Playing Goon is always good into Jar Cannon though. It restricts what the Jar Cannon can do by a lot. But yeah, now we're just gonna press this ability, and they're gonna be very sad, I'd imagine. This actually allows them to like clear out the space. The problem is you can't really fight without a high range phobie anyway, because there's also lava on my side. So it's not that great for you. Bringing Bowmangles here would probably be a mistake, unless they sacrifice their, what's it called, Razor Mouth immediately, as they're doing it. Could just throw an Ibby trap here. That way they can't take the point with the poisoned 1 key, which is probably what they're gonna look to do. I mean, I think I just play defense here and I just keep pressing Russell's button. Actually, this should be 1 down so they can't poke me with Jar Cannon. I should most likely just sit back and do nothing for the rest of the match and just press Russell over and over and over. And if they go for all mechanicals, then I guess I'll just like bring some electrical phobies. Like I'll do Erratic with a shovel or something. It's pretty obvious that there's gonna be a trap here, but that's perfectly fine. I think this is a terrible counter to Russell. By the way, some bony. Because I'm still not gonna fight them. And in a couple more turns, as in quite a lot of turns, 4 or 5 turns, I'm just gonna use the power again, and then it's gonna poison some bony. That's gonna be very bad for them. Like, yeah, they healed these, but then what happens next time that I use this? They can't heal this, so... That's pretty rough for them, I would say. Also, there's a very high likelihood that they will have a trap here, so I don't think I'm gonna place an Eevee trap there. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. Just gonna put it down here in the corner, even if it's unlikely to connect with anything from there. Again, this just seems fine. No reason to do anything. Now I also have 9 keys, so if they go in I can just Hero 3.0 them or something. Hit them with a ton of damage. Zamponi is such a bad card. Honestly, like, what is this? This could be 5 key and I still don't think it would be good. Which would be a massive buff for it. Like, I still think it would be a bad phobia even at 5 keys. Also, that's pretty unlucky. They stepped directly on my trap. I could just kill this now. Quite easily, even. Because this is going to take a ton of damage from a Eevee trap. I feel like they should have a trap here, so they should know that I placed a poison trap at the bottom. Guess I just go for my own jar cannon now. And I just take the damage on my jar cannon. Not like it really matters. They go in here to kill my jar cannon with theirs, it's not even good for them. Another turn and I can use this again. And then they're in a very, very bad spot, because this is going to be poisoned. And healing the unicorn alone is not going to be good for them. Again, if they go in, they're also walking into an AoE Russell that can hit them. This is only a level 11 right now, because the only one of the new phobies that I've accelerated so far is the Goon. The rest of them are just at the level that I got cards for. But several of them can work even at lower levels, like the Phantom Russell and Heartbreaker. They don't really care about it. The next one that I'm going to accelerate will probably be Brood Worst, but I need a lot of XP to do that. Could just go kill some of these. Just let my corn die, because who cares? Doesn't mean that I'm also letting my jar cannon die though, which feels bad. Whatever. Who really cares anyway? I could go in with the Russell, but I'm just gonna keep it safe instead. Keep it up here. They can also try and kill this, but I don't even know if that's enough damage. No, it is enough damage, but if they're killing that, then they wouldn't be killing the unicorn. So that wouldn't even be that good for them. And if they kill this Henrietta, then they're just setting up the perfect Russell hit. So they can't do that either. Also, I think we can just kill this if I want to. Don't know if I should want to though. Maybe I just use the ability again and sit back and do nothing. A bigger problem for them than it is for me. Like I could just do this play, right? Where I hit it a bunch with everything. And then I bring like a snowball and I kill it this way. But that would end up with my Poison Ivy being in danger, which I don't really see any reason to make it. So I guess I'll just hit like this and back off. And now they're all poisoned. And we can just bring like a turret like Giggles or something. Maybe this even, since it's late game. It doesn't really matter what I bring. They're kind of screwed either way. This is what you do with Russell, essentially. You just sit back and do nothing and press the ability again and again and again. Force the opponent to come and fight you on a map where going in is very bad. It's very normal for Russell to be... or it's very normal for this to be the strategy that you do with Russell. Okay, I mean, they're just giving up at this point, essentially. That's all that this play is. Guess we just get the big AoE here. With the Russell. It's a very, very annoying playstyle to be against on slow maps. I actually think Russell is kind of a badly designed phobie, because a lot of the time with this phobie, it's either completely like insane or it's just terrible. Like on a slow map where the opponent cannot go in and they don't bring enough mechanicals, Russell is absolutely disgusting. But on any map where you can play super aggressive, or if they're just already bringing a lot of mechanicals, you can't even play it. Like, it's just unplayable at that point. So it's really weird. Or on maps where there's a lot of healing spars, or just a very easy to use healing spar, he also becomes a lot worse. It's a very, very stupid phobia, to be honest, because it's like the same idea as Smiley, where it's either completely insane and takes over the game, or it's just useless. That is not very, very fun to go against. But you can see here, I was trying to find some games in Arena the last couple days, and it was like underleveled. They didn't even really play the game, it was only on turn 9. Underleveled, surrender early on, surrender early on, surrender early on, then a bunch of underleveled more down here. It's been very hard to try and find games for some of these new phobies, even though I really want to, because I want to showcase some of the new stuff. That one was a decent showcase for Russell, even though they were slightly underleveled. I don't think having more levels would have made any difference there, just because it doesn't really matter with something like Russell. You just sit back and you use the ability again and again and again. And that's sort of the entire idea behind that. And sometimes they'll go Boolean, but then that's not even that bad for you, because they have to spend a lot of time just cycling on the healing spars, which means they can't really go in. So you just get to essentially sit back and do nothing for a long time, which is what you want to do with Russell, and then you just bring some other win condition beside it if they don't do anything, or you just trade points until they have to go and fight you. Oh, and also I should definitely be buying this daily double now, because I'm pretty sure I've played enough matches that this is completely filled. I'm even getting a bunch of extra XP. It's just a very, very good value. Maybe I'll get some more cards for some of the new phobies here also, so that I can upgrade them. That would be nice. There's some... what is that called? I can never remember the name of that. Every time I see it, I just think it's high five. Something else. What is it called again? It's like something with B. Yeah, boss kill. That was the name. It's a very cool phobia design. I think they could maybe buff that a little bit, just to make it like a different option from the other terraformers. I kind of think that if you have to make another terraformer like they did here, you have to make it very good for its cost. because Gravedigger is just so insane that if you don't have your other terraformers be really good too, then you're never gonna use them with Gravedigger in the game, because Gravedigger is just that good. Gravedigger is just like the best terraformer you can find in almost every case, so the other terraformers kind of have to do something special, which to be fair it does. It does have the extra 1 range and lob on the ability. I just feel like the stats could maybe be a little bit higher before it really starts seeing a lot of play. And I think all terraformers are pretty healthy for the game so far, so I wouldn't really mind it being a little bit more powerful. Of course, it's not a phobia that like super needs a buff. There are other phobies that are way, way weaker, so they should probably be looking at those first. And also nerfing like the 3 or 4 phobies that are maybe a bit too strong. Mainly Cupcake and Frosty, but also arguably like Hematic Ginsting and stuff like that, depending on how much they want to nerf.